We speak, yet Master does not listen. Perhaps it is time to go deeper. Hello, Stationeers, and welcome back to Frigid Europa for another sunny morning. We have quite a lot to talk about today. I've been reading all your comments, and there are some fantastic suggestions. So I want to do two things today. I want to sort out part of our power problem, and for that I think we're going to switch to some solar. For that I've built this little room over here. As always, you don't really want your solar panels exposed to storms, so they tend to, blow up. So what we're going to try and do is enclose them in this little space, and I've already sealed it in, I've welded all the frames, and this was just to cut out some of the editing time. And then over here, we have what will eventually become our advanced furnace setup. In fact, I've actually got all of the components we need for it printed up already, but we'll be talking about that probably in the next episode. I want to make that into like its own little dedicated tutorial thing. Today we're going to be setting up solar, and I'm going to try and set up the gas centrifuge. We got fuel mixing right over here, we might as well make use of it, and I'm hoping we can then pull out all of these and rework it into a much more, a much faster system. I don't know if it's going to be more efficient, it's definitely going to be quicker. However, before we get to that, I have seen some excellent comments regarding what to do about the splitting. Now, as you can see, our digital flip-flop splitters, they've bugged out. They don't know what to do anymore, but these machines are completely full. So at least that's working, right? Like these are overwhelmed. Not the, well, both the chute system and the and the actual production system are overwhelmed. We really need to get a whole bunch more of this junk. And as you can see, it's backed up so much that this can no longer keep up, unfortunately. So what we really want to do then is switch this over to a combustion centrifuge as quickly as possible. I'll probably still do it in the same place, but if we're going to be doing our furnace over here, we might as well move this entire system over here and then run it through the furnace, but I don't know, we'll be seeing. We'll be seeing how we do it. If you haven't worked it out by now, I'm kind of just like a guy. I'm not very smart. I play games for fun, not efficiency, which is almost a mantra on this channel at this point. And it's definitely becoming true. Maybe the solution is actually just to slap down another arc furnace. I do have the resources for it. But before we do that, we want to slap down another console. And this is a comment that was, or rather, this is a suggestion that's been made a few times. And that's to put a hash display on this. Very straightforward. All we need to do, I've already put the wiring down. We just put down a console. We feed it one hash display circuit board. You print that at the electronics printer. And then you just seal it in with some glass. Just like so. Turn that bad boy on. It's going to flash an error. And then you just put your data disk into it. And we say we want you to read the logic memory. Furnace memory. And then what that should do is, there we go. It'll tell us which ore is currently being smelted. How helpful is that, huh? Just a nice little visual aid for anyone who's wondering. Makes it a bit clearer. Yeah, gold's real slow. Even one ingot of it backs things up quite a bit. I mean, we have tons of resources in here that are just not being utilized, which is so strange. Did I close this or something? Why are you specifically not getting dealt with? That is such a strange issue. Is it because there's two machines behind and the junction's prioritizing this input? I don't know. But one of our machines is not currently running, and in my world, that's no bueno. So I think we probably are going to want a flip-flop splitter and another one of these things running. But before we can do that, we're going to need a hell of a lot more power. So let's go ahead and lay down our solar. We're going to grab you, just like so. And I think what I'm going to try and do, guys, from now on is to have more episodes of Stationeers, but with more time in between them. Okay, and the way we're going to want to do this, I found an IC script. This is not going to be done with logic, this is going to be done with scripts. I found an IC script that should allow us to place these in any orientation, and then we can reorient it for the script's functionality. And of course, once again, we are enclosing this in here. We do lose a little bit of efficiency. It's about 4% less efficient. But it does mean that, you don't break them whenever a storm comes through. You go through a lot of iron in the form of duct tape. Which is kind of an insane sentence when you say it out loud. We're getting a little bit cramped in here. Maybe we should have had another slot for a walkway, but whatever, it's fine. Maybe we should have put the cables down first. Get me through. Okay, hold on. I'm going to run the cable real quick, and we need to put glass in all these panels. Yeah, I'm thinking we're definitely going to want to build a little walkway into this. In fact, I might do that just now, like right now. Yeah, let's pick these ones up. We're gonna move this whole thing over a little bit. Okay, let's give our door a quick spray paint. Perfect. And now it's all working. Okay, lovely. Now we have a functional room. Oh, and an additional frame. My bad. Okay, so next up we're going to want to run the data cables and the heavy cables. And actually, I think to make this a bit easier on myself, I'm actually going to point because this light cable is a lot cheaper than the heavy cable, right? This doesn't require gold. So I think we'll run the power down the middle. I think that makes the most sense. Okay, so we'll do it on both sides in the same way. We'll have power over here, and then data on the edges. And then we're going to have power over here, and over here. And then data on the edges. Perfect. I'm actually going to need more solar panels. That's not a problem. That's a solution. Yeah, let's just put these together to make sure... We'll use these as a test run while we set up all the logic and stuff as well. So let's run the power out. Yeah, that's literally what we're trying to solve, lady. Yeah, they are producing full 12 watts of power. Yeah, baby. Let's go. And my drill is flat out of battery, so I'm actually just going to have to leave it... I guess we'll just, leave it over here until it charges up so we can pick up the other ones. But we can go ahead and set up our logic in the meantime. In fact, now that we've got this little space in the middle, maybe this was the perfect idea. We can do it right there. So let's bring in, we need a power controller, my favorite device in the whole game. I always use these. Give me a power controller and a large battery. I'm going to stick that bad boy. Guess we'll bring in power. How does right over here sound? Yeah, then we can connect up to that network. And then open this up. Stick a battery in there so it can charge. He is charging. Never mind, no he's not, because I have not plugged it into the actual network. Give me a corner connection like so. Beautiful. And it's charging. Okay. Dreams do come true, people. Now, out of interest, can I run cable down the middle? I can. Because just for this one, we're going to have to go... I can already tell, to get to this data point, we're going to have to do an up and over. Which is going to look like trash, but it's probably the only way to do this. Have to do it like so. Or maybe not exactly like so, because that doesn't fit. Yes, like so. Okay, the dreaded logic. Before we do anything, we have to go get the actual code put onto this IC circuit. Again, please remind me in the comments. I'll try to remember to link this in the description and in the pinned comment. But I will almost certainly forget, so it's your job, chat. You gotta tell me, okay? You gotta tell me in the comments when I forget. Yeah, the gas-powered furnace was a bit of a dud, wasn't it? We tried with that, but I just don't really understand how it works. I'm gonna have to go watch, like, an Elmo Tricks tutorial or something. I've watched his tutorial for the Zero IC Logic's furnace, and even though it's not as good as doing it with an IC chip, I think I'm gonna go with that, just because it's gonna be easier for new people to understand what's going on. Okay, so let's clear this. Confirm. We're going to export that to the chip just to make sure that this thing has 0 bytes. Yes, it does. Let's hit export. 0 bytes. Alright, and now we have to pull in our... There we go. Fast and simple solar panel tracking. Created by 123. Grab this. We're going to overwrite. And let's use this thing. Confirm. Export. And now we've got 2.4 kilobytes of data on this thing. Alright, awesome. Turn you off, turn you off. And the reason we're doing this as an IC circuit and not solar tracking logic is that it's just more compact, right? And I wanted to fit it all in this one space. We're going to need a... So all we need is 4 components. We need the IC housing. I think we'll do it over here. We need the IC housing. We're going to need the IC chip itself. We're going to need a little dial. It's going to be this thing over... Where do we want to put our dial? I'll just stick it over there, that's fine. And we're also going to want the sensor. Okay, there's our sunrise. Our sensor has to face north, which I believe is this way. So, yeah, east should be there. This looks good. And I've just realized this isn't actually going to work in the configuration we've got it. All the panels have to face the same direction. So only half of these are actually going to track correctly. The other ones are going to be reversed. But let's get this thing set up so long. Maybe we just set up 2 different ones. Basically, all the data ports have to face in the same direction, because that's how this thing knows where it's looking, if that makes any sense. So this back-to-back design actually is not the best way to do this. Oopsie. Well, these ones and these ones will presumably be in the right direction. We can fix this a bit later. Okay, set the ports to our daylight sensor. We're going to set this one over to the dial. And this is just in case I put it in the wrong place. And this one goes over to the... Okay, so turning this on, they should move. And yeah, as expected, those ones and these ones are going to face the right way. What's that? 99% efficiency. These ones are facing completely backwards. Ooh, I like the beat though. Oh, not quite. Okay, listen, it was almost on beat there. Alright, this is very funny in that they're completely backwards. I kind of love this, but I also know that I hate it. We're gonna have to fix this. Okay, I gotta basically redo this entire room. Give me a moment. Alright, awesome. There we go. There's the solution. We're just simply going to split the networks. So all the data ports that face in this direction, which is this set of panels and this set of panels, they're going to be wired up along this line. Over here, they'll have their own tracking circuit. And then this set of panels and this set of panels, which face in that direction, are going to be wired up on a different circuit. It's not perfect, it's not ideal, but it means if we can just extend it that way, then we don't have to worry about the crisscrossing anymore. So we're going to set up the exact same thing as we did before. It's just going to be an IC housing on either side, but except this time we're going to keep the networks separate. So we want our daylight sensor facing north, which is in this direction. So one for each side, and then we want a little button, which will allow us to tweak any values if we want to. A dial and a dial. Okay, cool. Then we just set it up as such. So this is the sensor. Oh wait, we have to maybe wire it in first. Ah yes, and we are actually going to need a dedicated APC for this side as well. I'm now realizing, because we need these networks to be separate, so I need to print up another one of those. Although do I? I think I've got one in storage which I was going to use for our furnace build next time. But I can just steal that for now to finish this faster. Yes, there we go, I got one right here. Battery and the big APC, lovely. And I do notice one other major flaw with my design, which is that we are charging these circuits off of their own production, which is not ideal. They need to be charged off the main, or no, they need to be attached to the main base batteries so that they have an equal chance of surviving the night. So let's just quickly rewire that. That's a mistake. Okay, cool. There we go. We got 2 APCs running, and we've got a cable running all the way, snaking its way along from the batteries. This is connected to the batteries. For those power controllers, that was all set up ahead of time for our furnace build, which is still to be created. In fact, actually, we can go ahead and salvage some more wire here. There's a lot of, like, sort of just dead wires lying around, and to be completely honest with you, we should probably change the colors on some of these. Like, the battery color should be orange, and then the rest should be, I don't know, red. Keep it simple. Maybe that's something worth doing, but it's not something I'm focused on right now. We're going to stick in our IC housings. These have both been programmed with the same code, and now we just got to set these things up. Okay, so on each of them, D0 is going to be the daylight sensor. Perfect. D2 is going to be the dial that's connected to them. There should only be one each, because again, these should be isolated networks. And finally, we can attach what's called a night signal, and that lets us use a light, which would be interesting to see, but I do not have a, I do not have a light signal. Alright, so turning these on now, we should see the panels start to move in hopefully the same direction. No, and now they'll be offset, but now we can control them separately. So first things first, I got to put the glass in on each of these, because I see some of them are missing their glass. And then what's important about this is that we know that the sun is rising in this direction. So this group and this group are correctly oriented, but this group and that group are not. And that's something we can fix now using our dial. So we want these ones to move, which is this segment here. So let's go ahead and assign a value. We're just going to play with it until it faces the right way. Right? That's the big brain solution I've got here. So we're going to want to set this. Wait. Let's have a look here. If we set it to position 3, that should be 270 degrees rotation. And it looks like it's not quite enough. 2? It might be 2. 180 degrees offset, and that's, I mean, that's exactly what they are, so... Yay! It works. It works. Okay, cool, and it looks great. That's what really matters. We all know that that's what really matters. Awesome, dude. Okay, successful. Very successful. Wait for the daytime to make sure these are actually functioning as predicted. And you know what? We could also set up a network analyzer here. Actually, what I wanted to do was set up a pair of screens over here, where our batteries are. Yes, so we can see what the input and output current is for each one. So where do we... Probably going to take the wires from over there. And where do we want the screens? I want them inside, for sure. So we should be able to do this like this. I'm genuinely not certain. I'm going to have to break into here and then vacuum it out again so I can get to that back cable, but that'll be worth doing. We'll do power in, power out. And then we're going to need some network analyzer circuits. I think this will work. I can't remember if this is how I used to do it, but I have done this before, just many years ago. Let's do a little testing here together. Alright, do we have... Oh, we have a full stack of silicon. Very nice. 500 right there. That's how that's supposed to function. Give me another piece of glass. We got only one. We need 2. Okay, and let's try this now. So, network analyzer. Oh, interesting. We can't put that in there. Okay, so clearly that's not how I did it. Okay, we'll just recycle those. What else have we got here? Okay, well, we have a graph display. Maybe that's what it was? Otherwise, we'll just have to do some basic logic to just pull the data out. Oh no. My worst enemy. Rationality. Yeah, let's try the graph displays. No idea what this is actually going to show us. And we'll wire in this big boy first. Ah, yes, but we will have to get the data ports connected on all our batteries. That's going to be another process. Let's plug this thing in and see what we can display here. Not much. Okay, well, that's clearly not how it's done. Once again, Sadamo De Beers to the rescue. He's got ahead and made himself a little script from about 4 years ago, but it seems to still work. So let's go ahead and analyze some cables. This is seemingly what we need to do this. Okay, but that's going to require another IC and another IC housing as well. So let's just throw some Electrum in there real quick. Add a batch reader. Okay, so we've got to put down a batch reader. Ah, Sadamo, I love you. Thank you so much for your fantastic tutorials on all these things. Let's go ahead and put this out. Once again, I am by no means an expert in any of this. I'm just like a guy who likes to play computer games sometimes.
Waste tank caution.
Oh, can I get the trigger? I saw it for a second. Oh, there it is. Okay, we can interact. Okay, then apparently I need 3 small LEDs. 1, 2, 3. And of course the wiring. Throw that in there. We go to edit. We go to library. We open up Sadamo De Beers compact power display. Overwrite. Confirm. 48 lines of delicious code. Export. It's working, Jim. We're perfect. Okay, stick that in there. And now we got to wire it up. Okay, so I'm guessing we're going to want to start with this batch reader. We're going to want to read the station batteries, for sure, right? We're going to want to read the average value. And we're going to want to read the ratio, I'm guessing? Yeah, ratio. Okay, perfect. Let's turn that on. Alright, that's working. Then for you, we're going to set D0 to the batch reader. There we go. We're going to set D1 to the cable analyzer. Oh, wait, hold on. That's a bit of a concern. There's quite a few of them on here. Let's call this battery cable analyzer, just to be sure. Battery cable analyzer, perfect. D2 is skip. D3 we set to LED display 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. And I guess I think looking at the thing, I think this is LED display. This is percentage LED display. This is the watts LED display, and this is, I don't know, other LED display. I'm not entirely sure what that's representing. You gotta love losing other people's code, huh? Okay, so we're gonna go in order, percentage, watts, other. Okay, turn it on. Hey, look at that. There we go. Our batteries are presently 11% charged. We are, I'm guessing, consuming 6.3 kilowatts. And we currently have 4. What is 4? Hold on, I'm gonna go watch his tutorial video.
On the right, LED display shows the amount of energy left in minutes.
Aha! There we go, that's genius. So it's the battery percentage, the amount of energy stored, and the amount of energy remaining in minutes. Okay, let's burn another coal and see if that improves our chance of survival here. Well, we're up to 3 minutes before we're dead. Hey, 8% battery. Oh, that's very helpful to use. Oh, I printed a lot of wind turbines. Let's go put those down too. And then I think we're going to have to call it a day. Alright, let's slap down some more wind turbines in addition to all the other stuff we've done today. And that's going to really boost our power production, I hope. Also, we can pick up everything in here. We're done with it. Some of it can get recycled, like those interior doors. But for the most part, we're going to reuse all of this. That cable coil, in particular, is going to be very delectable. Delightfully devilish, Seymour. Let's put down the final 2 wind turbines right over here. And then I'm just going to wire these in real quick. And then I think I'm going to go turn off, do a big old hydroponics harvest, and then turn it off for good. It's run its course. It's done what it needs to. We've got so much food, and it's costing us about 1.5 kilowatts of power a day, which is a lot. Alright, cool. Plugging those in adds another 8 wind turbines to our capacity, meaning that during a storm, 8 times 4, whatever that is in power production, is very delicious. Let's go ahead and recycle up that door. Turn you on. The vents I will keep. Everything else here we can use. Okay, lovely. Now, the greenhouse only uses 300 watts, to be honest, but that's because the lights are off right now. During the daytime, it uses significantly more. Alright, so let's see how everything's doing. We've still got about a megapascal of water, although it is very warm. And we got lots of seeds to pick up here, so let's do this. And this might be the last time we do a greenhouse harvest. I think the next step after this is going to be to get the automated harvesters, the Harveys, set up, so that I don't have to do this anymore. But before we worry about that, we're going to need... that one's glitched. We're going to need a hell of a lot more power. Okay, let's pick up our pumpkin seeds as well. These are worth quite a bit of cash. And pick up our pumpkins. Now, this will, of course, harm the plants, right? Like, turning off the power in here is eventually going to kill them. I don't mind too much. We've got so much food, and we can grow potatoes out the wazoo if we ever need more really quickly, too. So I'm going to be turning this off. They do produce oxygen, which is, of course, very nice, but so does the entire planet. All we have to do is heat it up. So, yeah, no, I think we're done in here. At least for now, right? We are going to need, like, ferns and stuff to eventually make... medicine and biomass and things, but for now I'm happy with what we've got. Let's have a look at how everybody's doing. Also, we should really keep this door closed. So we are currently producing 208 watts ish per panel. That's interesting. Occasionally they get a dip in production, and I think that's because of the shadows being cast on them. But we have cheeky 99% efficiency. So 208 watts times 20 is what? That's 4 kilowatts of juice that we're producing here alone. And then, well, actually, I suppose we don't have to guess at this. We can check here. We're currently producing 5.3, and we're consuming 5.4. So we're pretty much broken even. That's really cool. And of course, that is dependent heavily on the wind turbines. What we could do is run some basic solar panels on the roof and on the floor as well. A little bit more juice, just these flat panels, these ones here. And then they'll just get power when they get them, although that is currently producing 15 watts, so maybe it's not worth the time. Let's give it a repair and see if that helps. Oh, 30 watts. Oh, now we're gaming. Alright, let's just give it a little bit of support then, because if we've broken even but we're not quite done, then I'm okay with how far we've come. That's a big step forward, right? And we've still got about 5,000 coal chilling in here. 500 coal, sorry, chilling in here. that we can use if we need to. Yeah, there we go. Let's push that number up. If 25% ish is 10 minutes, so we have, at best, we probably have about 45 minutes of power when the batteries are fully charged. That explains why we keep running out. You know what? We can probably turn off the drills for a little bit until we improve our centrifuge situation. Yeah, we got 47 stacks. The centrifuges cannot keep up. Let's just turn these bad boys off. That'll save us 2 kilowatts right there. And that's gonna, I think that's gonna do the magic work for us here. Yep, we're now at 3.3 kilowatts, so we're producing, I mean, the solar panels alone will cover the base production, which means that the wind turbines now feed in. Alright, and then this can just continue to run until it's fully drained. We've got, I mean, we've probably got like 30 hours worth of resources backed up. I don't think we need to run it anymore, which means next time I'm going to move on to the advanced furnace. Hell yeah, dude. Alright, cool guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
And of course, a huge thank you to our channel members and patrons for the month. Couch Potato, The Senate, Kelly Ananas, Call Me Bo 82, Riley David, LCG Canyon Sahar, Knee Cruncher, Old Man Tater, Frickin' Friendly Beaver, Not K Arthur, Cut Beef Go Ham, Jack Smallman, Rivo, Adachi, I'm Alpha, Alan O'Sulliher, Charlie Weber, Mermix, Mel Roman, and Officer C4. You guys rock.